Hello everyone. We are discussing separation of binary mixture for the semester 6. In the first session, we have discussed some important concepts regarding this practical. Also, we have discussed the solubility tests, and in previous presentation, I have explained the 7 different types of solid plus solid mixture. In this presentation, we would discuss the separation of water soluble plus water insoluble mixtures. Friend, whenever you are given solid plus solid mixture, so your first task is to determine that whether one component is water soluble, so obviously another component is water insoluble, or both components are water insoluble. So how would you do that? So if you remember, in the first presentation, we have discussed similar case, the mixture of sand and sugar. Sugar is water soluble and sand is water insoluble. So same process we will repeat here, but you have to determine first on a small scale or in a test tube scale. So take your mixture, slight pinch of mixture, add distilled water in a test tube, shake it very well. So if water soluble component is present, it may dissolve and now filter. So water soluble component may be with the filtrate and water insoluble component will be as a form of residue. Now evaporate the filtrate. Heat the test tube and evaporate the water of the filtrate. If residues obtained, then we would say one water soluble compound is present. When all the water of the filtrate is evaporated after heating and then you are getting the residues. So we can say that water soluble compound is present. In that case, one water soluble compound is present. See the color code green. So obviously another compound is water insoluble. But here in this process, if you don't get residue, so we would say water soluble component is absent. In that case, the type will be both components are water insoluble and insoluble. But right now we want to discuss about water soluble and water insoluble component. So once you determine the type, you have to go to the examiner and you have to get it checked. If examiner approved it, yes, that is your mixture is water soluble and insoluble, then you have to carry out the separation on the large scale. So let us discuss how would you do it. So now we know that the type of your mixture is water soluble and water insoluble. Whatever you did on the test tube scale to determine the type, same process we would repeat on the large scale. So now take all your mixture into the beaker, add distilled water. Here I want to warn you, you have to take the optimum quantity of water because see you have to evaporate water to get water soluble compound. If you take here the more quantity of water, then more water you have to evaporate it. In that case, it will take more time. So, not less, not more, but optimum quantity of water has to be taken here into the beaker. Shake it very well because now you know that where one component is water soluble. So, because of the shaking, stirring with the glass rod, your water soluble compound will dissolve into the water and now the filter it. So, your filtrate contain water soluble compound and residue that you will get into the filter paper that contain water insoluble compound. Now, before you evaporate the water to get water soluble compound, you have to determine nature of the water soluble compound. So what will you do? You have to take that is given in the next slide. Take slight filtrate into the test tube and add saturated solution of sodium bicarbonate. If you are getting effervescence of carbon dioxide gas, then we would say that water soluble acid is given. But suppose if you don't get acid, there is no effervescence of CO2, then again in a fresh test tube, take again slight filtrate and add NaOH to it. If you are getting purple color, then we would say water soluble phenol is present. In your curriculum, particularly in Gujarat University, the only water soluble phenol of your curriculum is resorcinol. So that is present if you are getting purple color. And if water soluble acid and water soluble phenol both are absent, then we would assume that you are given water soluble neutral because there is no such test for the neutral. So, as I said, before you evaporate the water of the filtrate, here you have to confirm its nature. And now, evaporate the water into evaporating dish. Let me show you a picture. This is evaporating dish. Because on a test tube scale, on a small scale, we carried out evaporation into the test tube. But now the quantity of the water is more, filtrate is more. So you can't do it in a test tube. So this way you have to evaporate the water into this evaporating dish. Once all the water of the filtrate is evaporated, then on cooling you will get the water soluble compound, collect it and perform its qualitative analysis. And your filter paper, because here we have filter it. So your filter paper having residues of the water insoluble compound, filter paper must be wet. So carefully take it out from the funnel, unfold it with the help of blotting paper, absorb the water, dry it, that is your water insoluble compound, and perform qualitative analysis of it also. So I hope that you understand the separation of water soluble and water insoluble mixture. In next presentation, we would discuss separation of water insoluble and water insoluble mixture.